In this video, I want to go back to basics a little bit and give you an introduction to rapid chargers and the different types of connector that you're going to find. If you're new to EVs, this will be quite helpful. If you've had an EV for a while, you might not learn very much. I often see people ask the same questions over and over again. They've just got, or they're thinking of buying an electric car, and they're worried about how they're going to charge it, where they can charge it, especially when they're out on the road on long journeys. And if you're going to be taking a long journey, you're probably going to need a rapid charger to top up your range and get you going again so you can go beyond whatever range your car has. So I'm here with my MG ZS EV. It has a WLTP range of 163 miles. And that's a little bit like the fuel consumption figures for petrol and diesel cars. Under ideal test conditions, that's the range that it is claimed to have. In the real world, I think you'd probably be sort of maybe 140 miles in the summer, more like 120, 125 in the winter. In a previous video, I did a real world winter range test in -3, where I did a 110-mile journey, and it was looking like sort of 120, 125 miles was definitely the limit, to the point where you'd probably run out if you tried to push it any further. 19 miles to go, and I've run out of screen wash. So if I wanted to go further than that, if I want to do a couple of 100 miles, I'm going to have to stop somewhere, rapid charge, get going again. The best way to find a rapid charger is using an app or a website called ZapMap. And there's a link in the description. If you haven't heard of ZapMap, basically it maps charging stations of all types all across the UK, so you can find rapid chargers, destination chargers of the type that you need for your car. And when you look for a charger, and I'll show you alongside this video, I'll show you, if you search for this one here that I'm at, which is a charge your car station, it will show you the connector types that are available. And this is where people often get a little bit confused. So let's look at the 3 connectors we've got here and what they're used for. So the first one is Chademo. It looks like this on ZapMap, and this is what the connector looks like. This is a DC charging cable, and it will only fit cars that have a Chademo connector. And the most common one of those is a Nissan Leaf. There are a bunch of other EVs that use Chademo, but the Nissan Leaf is the one that's proper mass market, and any Leaf on the market uses Chademo to charge quickly. Next up, and this is the DC rapid charging cable that the MG ZS EV uses, is CCS. And that's what a CCS cable looks like. And if you have a CCS car, which is the vast majority of EVs sold in the past few years, and will be the standard going forward, you'll need one of these cables to charge it. And then we have this one, and this is what causes the most confusion, I find. This is a Type 2 AC connector. And this looks absolutely identical to what you'd use to charge your car at home, except you've got a much thicker cable. And the reason for that thicker cable is this is a 43 kilowatt AC connector. And when you look on ZapMap, you'll see for this charger, and I'll show you, you've got 50 kilowatt DC Chademo, 50 kilowatt DC CCS, and 43 kilowatt AC. And you might be excused for thinking, well, that's a 43 kilowatt charger, that's fast. That cable will fit my car because it's got a Type 2 plug. I should use that, and that will charge my car almost as quickly as the DC will. And that's where you're wrong, because AC charging is governed by the onboard charger in the car. A DC charger charges the battery directly. An AC charger is to go via the charging unit that's in the car and turn that AC current into DC. Cars like the MG ZS EV can do that, but they can only charge at 6.6 kilowatts, which is the kind of speed you'll get from your home charger. If you plug this in, it will charge at 6.6 kilowatts. So you might think you're getting a rapid charge, but you'll sit there for an hour and it will barely have charged at all. 43 kilowatt AC is only really of use to older Renault Zoes, which don't have DC charging and have a 43 kilowatt onboard charger. The same applies, you might see 22 kilowatt as well. Again, you need to have a car that can take advantage of it. A lot of cars on the market today can't, and they'll only charge at 6.6 kilowatts or 7 kilowatts, sometimes 11 kilowatts. You need to know what the car that you have is capable of doing. And if you've got one that has a CCS connector, the chances are it won't have fast AC as well. So be careful and don't think that this is the answer to all your problems, because it's very unlikely to be. So there we are, that's the 3 connector types. You need to pick the one that's right for your car. With most modern EVs, that'll be CCS, but do a little bit of research and make sure you're picking the right one, because if you turn up to a charging point and it doesn't actually have what you need, that's going to be a bad day for you. And ZapMap is definitely one of the best resources you can find for finding a charger. I hope you find this video useful. I just wanted to clear up one of the most common things I see people asking about. Pay attention to the connector types you have available, what you need for your car, and you won't go far wrong. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.